For those that don't know me or who are new to my channel, I've been getting a few DMs, people asking me to help them with their au pair profile. Just a warning or like a disclaimer or whatever the case might be. I do not work with an agency, so I cannot help you choose a family. I cannot help you gather your papers. I cannot help you do anything in terms of you becoming an au pair, in terms of paperwork or any of that sort. But I can help you get an insight or just know what you're getting into, you know. But other than that, if you are new, hit the subscribe button. Somewhere below, there's a subscribe button. And yes. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hello there. My name is Libone and this is my channel where I talk about everything au pair. And if you are not new, hey y'all, you know what's up. She's back. Okay, so today I will be talking about tips on how to save money as an au pair. Now, I saved quite a lot of money, tons of money, and the only reason how I did this was because I was stingy with myself and I had a goal, and that's how I achieved getting close to 100k rand. But I'm not saying that this is it's easy, because depending on your lifestyle or on how you live your life, that will determine how much money you are able to save. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is that in my first year as an au pair, I found it so hard to save money. It was my first proper job, getting a paycheck. So for me, it was like, oh my gosh, $200 is a lot of money. I could buy makeup, I can buy clothes, I can buy all these things. There's online shopping, there's Starbucks, there's McDonald's, there's all these amazing things that are just like, and to me, that was like, girl, I need it. Who go swipe the Visa? So I was swiping my Visa, going crazy. And I think everybody in their first year goes through that phase where you're just like spending money recklessly. But in my second year, I was a bit more careful in terms of me spending my money. I was very stingy and I was able to buy like a lot of things for myself and was able to save money because I wasn't spending money on useless things. Now, $200, all au pairs are supposed to get $196.75, but most au pairs get $200, and that is not a lot. It might sound a lot, but it's not a lot. In the beginning, I used to think it's a lot of money because I didn't have so much things to do, but as time went by, I saw that $200 is not really a lot of money. It runs out very quickly, and you need to be very smart and careful about your spendings. Now, I have written down a few tips right here. It is a long list, so I'll be looking down to, look at my list, and yeah. I just want to give a quick background. My first year, I had a pretty decent family. They weren't rich or they weren't poor. They were just like a normal middle class family. So I always got $200. There was no extra money given. There was no bonuses or whatever. I know that there's a lot of au pairs that just get money for like nothing, or for breathing, or for being sad. But in my first year, this was not the case. In my second year though, I'm truly blessed. I still thank you so much to that family. You know who you are. They were a bit more moneyed, if I can say that, Ching, getting paid over here. Ching, getting paid over here. They were a bit more moneyed, and yes, I was lucky, I was blessed, and therefore I used to get a lot of money, because at that time in the beginning of the year, my main thing was to just save. All right, so okay, I wrote here $200 ain't shit, but it ain't. Okay, first I want to share what were my expenses. In the beginning, I tried to not have a lot of expenses. In my first year, I think most of my expenses was I had to pay for violin lessons because I had my violin, which were like $35 a month. I had to pay, I don't go to gym or anything like that, so I do not have that expense. You know, Starbucks, like the little things like Uber. Also, I didn't drive a lot, so I had to spend money on Uber, which kind of sucks. So it's very careful, like you have to be careful when picking a family to make sure they have a car for you, or an Uber allowance, because when you have to spend money on Uber, your $200, it's a bit tight. It's really tight. So I would just make sure that at least you speak to your family about having an Uber allowance, or if they have a car, whatever the case might be. But my first year, most of my expenses was really violin. Also, I lived in Hawaii and it's expensive in Hawaii, so I didn't do a lot of activities because they are expensive. So I used to try to do the cheapest thing you could find, like go to the beach or go hiking, or save. Not really, because I went crazy my first year. Online shopping was a disaster. I found Amazon, I found Shein, I found Wrongway, I found Zaful, Fashion Nova, all these clothing stores that, yay, once you are deep in there, you are in there, you are within, okay? So it's a trap, guys, don't fall for it. So basically that was most of my expenses in my first year. I was really shopping a lot, like clothing especially, and I realized that was dumb, but it happened. It was a mistake. I enjoyed those clothes while they fit me, and yeah. And in my second year, I had a bit more expenses because I moved to California, and I took dance classes. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see that I used to take dance classes, and those were $15 a class, and I used to probably go to 2 classes a week. So that's me basically spending $30 a week. And then in the beginning, I used to do my own hair. I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, but I started like not doing my hair anymore because I don't think I was doing, YouTube videos. Like sometimes you feel like you're not doing something right and you're losing your hair and you're going all ham and crazy. So I started just like having somebody do my hair, and it's expensive in America. Like getting your braids done could be $150. If you're getting paid $200 and your hair is $150, you only have $50 left. So, these are the things you kind of need to look at. So I was doing my hair, and each style cost more, around about $200 depending what it was, and sometimes it wouldn't even last that long because I don't think they know how to braid that well. I used to go ham on Starbucks. I probably had a cup of coffee twice a day or once a day because we had a Starbucks like straight down the street, so it was very tempting to go to Starbucks. So that was like $5. A white chocolate mocha. I used to eat out a lot with my friend. Now, you are guilty of this. We used to go out every Sunday. It was our thing. Instead, because at home we have Sunday course, you eat lunch with your family. So for us, it was like going out on Sundays after church. So we were treating ourselves, and having brunch would roughly cost like $40 to $50 depending on what you are eating and which restaurant you're going to. I did not spend money on Uber because I had a car. I did not have to pay for petrol, gas. My host mom took care of that. I didn't have to pay for my own phone bill. They just gave me a SIM card and they took care of my phone bill. I didn't have to pay for any food. Now, I know, yes, as au pairs, we're supposed to get 3 meals a day, but my host mom was really nice enough to give me her card, so I carried her card everywhere. And if I felt like, you know what, I wanted to have breakfast at Chick-fil-A, then I would use her card and I would get breakfast at Chick-fil-A, or if I wanted to go to Chipotle for lunch, I could go, as long as it's 3 meals a day. And if I don't want to eat at home, I had that option. But most of the time I try to eat at home because it's cheaper for her. I don't want to be those people that just like swipe and eat. So it was a nice privilege to have. And a Netflix account was also one of my expenses. I mean, the family had their own Netflix. I'm not like, yes, I could watch movies from their Netflix, but I thought it was better to have my own Netflix account. It's $8 a month. It's really little. But that's more or less what my expenses were. Me going shopping, I did not do that a lot because I went online shopping in my first year. So I had pretty enough clothes. But yes, those were like my main expenses. Now I'm going to share the tips that helped me save close to 100k rand, because obviously we convert. So I pretty much saved, I don't know what was the exchange rate at that time because it was just before the coronavirus. So it was around 15. Yes, because normally it's 14. At that time it was 15. So the exchange rate was really good on my side, treated me good. It made my money even more, closer to me getting 100k. So yes, now I'm gonna share the tips because I talk so much. So the first thing is create a budget. What is important to you? So for me, what was important was dance classes. You know, you write down, okay, I have $200. I want to spend this much. I want to take away 50. I want to take away 10. So I have only 50 to spend this week. Create a budget, some sort of budget, depending on your expenses. All right, number 2 is track your spending. All right, track your spending is important because you need to see how much you're spending things on. If you're shopping a lot, you need to see, okay, the total. I'm with the Wells Fargo bank and they send me a statement monthly and they kind of sum up everything together. So most of like common places I go to, for example, Starbucks, the dance classes, it will sum everything up and tell me how much I spent in a month. So that's how I would track my spending to see, okay, girl, you need to slow down a bit, or okay, you're fine, or whatever the case might be. Number 3 is so important. Never be broke, okay? Always have some sort of amount in your account, whether it is 500, 200. I always had 500 because in case of an emergency, I had at least 500 in my bank account. And I never, like, you have to be very stingy with yourself, like you're very strict with yourself, because if you get into a car accident tomorrow, you need to pay 500 for the car insurance thing. So for me, it would be safe, just have 500. Do not have 0.53 cents into your account, because we've all been through that. So I understand, but try to at least have some sort of money into your account. Number 4, be strict with yourself. It's very important to know the limit. It's for you, like, don't treat yourself every day. Don't say, okay, I had a bad day today, let me go get some ice cream. Okay, tomorrow I know for sure that I'm gonna have a bad day, Starbucks. Treat yourself at least once a week or at least once in 2 weeks. But you have to be strict in order to reach your goals, especially with money. Number 5, plan your travel plans properly, meaning allocate a certain amount to whatever your travel plans might be, especially if you travel alone. For me personally, what I care about is exploring in the place and experiencing the culture in the place, or sightseeing, or whatever the case might be. So for me, living wherever I'm living does not matter to me. It's not important to me. So I can couch surf, that's for free. Airbnb, find the cheapest one. As long as I have a bed and a shower, I'm good. Visit some au pair friends that you met at the New York training session. You know, try to plan your trips as cheap as possible, because you don't want to end up spending $300, $400 on a trip to New York. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, if you think it is, that's you, boo. Do you, boo. All right, number 5, guys. Online shopping is a trap. Do not fall for it, okay? It's very easy to just be like, okay, well, this dress only costs $5 and those shoes only cost $50. That's cheap though, like that's really cheap. So yeah, if you are in, you are in. So be careful. If you do like online shopping, maybe limit yourself or create a budget as to how much you want to spend for that. Number 7, I want you to first understand what I'm saying, okay? So don't be like, no, girl, no. Okay, number 7, for the first few months, work like a slave and you will live like a king. Now, what I mean is, my grandmother always said, work like a slave and you live like a king. Work like a slave now and you live like a king, da 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 da. And what I mean by that, the first few months or the first few weeks, save as much as you can. If you can save that 200 as a whole, save it as a whole, you know, and later it will repay, because then you will have maybe 800, maybe 1 point something in your bank account, and you can always fall back onto that, you know. Yeah, and you'll be able to live like a king because you wouldn't have to wait for the next week to do something because you ran out of money. No, honey, that's not what we're trying to do here. All right, number 8, going out for food is another trap. And American food is cheap and it's unhealthy, but it tastes good. Chick-fil-A, guys. Chick-fil-A, okay? I fell into the Chick-fil-A trap. The point is, do not go to McDonald's a lot. You spending money. McDonald's is expensive, like $8 a meal, $10 a meal. For me, that's expensive. For you, might be cheap because you're not. For me, I used to convert a lot. I converted, but just be careful. There's food at home. You don't have to have McDonald's twice a week. It's also bad for your health, and you know, we're not trying to be unhealthy in a country where there's no free healthcare. Or this point is, what are your goals? Okay, are you trying to get a car when you go back home? Are you trying to pay off a debt? Are you trying to live a Kim K life? Are you trying to just have fabulous clothes and nails done and Sephora makeup or whatever the case may be? Are you trying to have savings? That was one thing that I wanted to attain in my second year. I wanted to have enough money, or not enough money, but some sort of money in my bank account, because I did not want to depend on my parents. So what is your goal? What is important to you, you know? But you can make it easy for yourself. If you are just strict with yourself, and if your friends understand, because my friends understood, we were all trying to save and we were all trying to be on some, okay, we got money type of vibe going on. Yes, guys, this is my tip on you guys saving money. And I hope you guys are being safe during this tough time, because this Rona decided to come and make an appearance and keep us all indoors. And stay safe, exercise, drink water, watch YouTube videos, watch Netflix show, eat a lot. Do whatever makes you happy. If it's TikTok, if it's doing your makeup and just taking videos, do whatever makes your soul happy and you mentally okay, because that's what's important at the end of the day. Haters will always hate, honey. But going back to what I'm trying to say is, guys, it's very attainable to make a lot of money out of these au pair program. Yes, these are the tips that I wanted to share with you guys. It's very much attainable. You can do this. Keep on going. Online shopping is a trap. Chick-fil-A and McDonald's and Red Lobster and all these other places is also a trap. So please save money. Let us conquer the world. Let us be those bosses, au pair, former au pairs that made gang cash out of this experience, and we are now, you know, to get that forever. All right, so if you guys like my video, please comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.